Hi everyone, you're watching CarBuyer Singapore and we're in Munich, Germany for a very special episode. Now we're here taking a look at two very special cars in the Mini family. On my right, you have the brand new MINI Countryman, and on my left, you have the brand new MINI Cooper. Cooper because this car is no longer being called the MINI One 3-door or 5-door, it's just being called Cooper. And we're going to take a look at the exterior and interior, show you what's what. Now we'll start with the new MINI Cooper. I mean, from the outset, it looks very similar to all the Minis that we've come to be accustomed to, but there are some differences. For one, this new one has no chrome on it at all. Mini's trying to shy away from the whole chrome thing, and they're going to replace these trim inserts with something they've called vibrant silver. Now, the headlights have been redone as well, and the lower bumper is entirely devoid of vents or fog lamps. So the overall look is a lot sleeker, a lot more chic, and it actually looks a little bit more square, but this car is just under 4 meters long, 30mm shorter than the previous car, and its wheelbase is actually longer, so you get a little bit more interior room. Now we'll move on to the back. Now in the back, you've got a much cleaner rear fascia with the continuous black bar that runs between the tail lamps, and the tail light has been massively redone. But it still has this Union Jack tail light pattern. Now, Mini says that there are 3 distinct patterns you can choose from for these tail lights, and this is one of them. Also, this has no exhaust pipes because this particular car here is the Mini Cooper SE, which is all electric. And you've also got flush door handles to improve the car's aerodynamic efficiency. Now, this is electric, but most of the cars in Mini's range will look broadly similar to this, and the same applies to the interior. Now, the interior of the new generation Minis is a massive deviation from the previous ones. For one, you no longer have a gauge cluster panel behind the steering wheel. Mini has opted to keep the simple bits of the car that have worked, and it's a little bit of a nod to the old Minis of lore that you see here. So all you get here is a steering wheel, a central display, and a toggle bar, which includes your drive selector button, your starter key, which you actually turn here, an experience knob that allows you to switch between 8 different modes. Now, these are not driving modes, these are just themes, and they range from a green mode, a vibrant mode, a core mode, historic mode, whatever. But there are still 3 drive modes to choose from. And you have a volume control knob here. Now, a lot of these interfaces would be familiar to some of us because it comes from other BMWs, but it's a really clean interior, and it actually lights up at night. You have ambient lighting on the roof, projector lights that will turn on, splash out across the whole dashboard like a magic carpet. Now, these lights that are projected on the dashboard do change with your different drive modes, but this is the key feature. This is an OLED screen that measures 240mm in diameter, which is one of the thinnest and the biggest in the industry, and it's round. So I think we're going to be pretty excited about this one when it comes to Singapore. Now, the exterior of the Mini Countryman is, well, it isn't like as similar as the Mini Cooper to the previous gen cars. This is quite different. For one, you've got these more squared off headlamps, you've got a more blank front fascia, and the whole car is actually bigger than before. 13 centimeters longer, 6 cm taller, so it can fit most adults and it can fit more people inside it. Now, like the Mini Cooper, this also has flush door handles, and it has a vertical stack of matrix LEDs which do have the same number of light signatures as the Mini Cooper. 3 light signatures, including this Union Jack motif. Now, the back end is a little bit more smooth, more integrated, so it kind of reduces drag. It also looks a lot cleaner than before. Now, the interior of the Mini Countryman is broadly similar to that of the Mini Cooper. You've got a steering wheel, a central display, and your toggle bar, which operates the same controls: your drive knob, power, experience mode, volume knob. Now, the screen is also 240mm wide, and you've got recycled fabrics across the whole dashboard and the door cuts of this car, with the same projector lamps that project the different coloured ambient lighting modes at night, which you can't see now. You've also got a heads-up display in both cars, so that makes driving a lot easier. You don't have to look at your speedo readouts on the central display. But this is a much larger car. Honestly, it'd be my pick between the two because I'm a little bit bigger and I have people to ferry around. But that's our first look at the Mini Cooper and Countryman. When the car goes on sale, it will be available with 2 different personalized avatars for you. One is called Mini, and the other is called Spike, which is this dog you see right here. Now, it will be a little cute dog that appears on your central display, give you advice or respond to your inputs, but either way, When the car launches sometime later this year, we'll have a better look at it. This is CarBuyer Singapore. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.